Insert epic gamer intro. What was that good? Editor. What's up, guys? It's your boy V7 here. Back with another video. Yeah. I don't know how to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss like how yes you, can become the best Car Crushers 2 player in existence. Like, bro, you'll be in the dealership and you'll have all of this, bro. You have this massive tank, like this thing, whatever it is, and this thing. Like, you'll have all of this by the end of this tutorial. No, you won't. Okay, but realistically, this tutorial is for like everyone: noobs, mid-game players, endgame players, whoever else, I don't know, parts leaderboard players. Yeah, sure. So let's get right into it, I guess. Okay, so first thing you're gonna want to do is on the game page, you just go to the community and like about this community, like, please just join the Car Crushers community. Like, the devs, they really need like feedback on their game, and like, look at this, bro. Like, they have a lot of ideas. And okay, yes, I'm basically propagating you to join the group. Like, this is propaganda at this point. But there's a good reason for it. Like, you unlock these cool cars, which I'll show you in a second. So like, for example, this car, what else is there? The news van. You have this ATV. You have just a bunch of other vehicles marked in blue. Like this one, for example. These are basically just extra vehicles so that you can get more money, pretty much. So yeah, that's why you need to join the group. Like, another thing you want to do is like favorite the game. So like, how the hell? Click on favorite here. On the web version it's gonna be like different or something, I don't know. But like, you click favorite and you're also gonna get some pretty cool cars. Like, you saw the ones marked in yellow, those you'll get for favorite in the game. So yeah, now the propaganda segment is over. Let's get into like what you're actually gonna want to do. So let's get into it. Wait, no, there's one more thing we need to discuss. The game passes, of course. So you got the flamethrower. You basically just shoot flames at your car. It's pretty decent, but it's not the best. I wouldn't really recommend it. Air thrusters, they really do stunts in midair. Don't buy these, please. Silver, they add like silver to your car and it boosts your value by 1.5x. If you're pretty broke, this is a good material to get. 2 times Juggernaut, this will be for Derby. Just don't get this, okay? Exotic Crushers, these are like extremely like intense crushers on the top floor, on row 4. 2 of them are really good if you know how to use them, and the other 2 are just mid, and one of them is absolutely terrible. The rocket booster, you basically like super speed for your car. It can help you get to crushers faster, but and also like, yeah, the core escape, but you can get it if you want, I don't mind. Platinum material, this is a really good one. Like, you put platinum on your car and you get a 3x value booster. Now keep in mind, these don't stack, okay? Like, you can only put one material on your car that boosts your value. And so yeah, if you put this, you're gonna have 3x. If you put that, you're gonna have 1.5x. Whatever material has the higher value takes over. But you really want to get this one because this has a 3x value booster. It is 600 Robux, but like it is very good, especially for the early game. Superhuman, crushers won't kill you, and you can walk pretty fast, and yeah. This is like if you spam to teleport to the crusher, it's not really that useful, but like the speed that could probably help, like with core or something. So you can also optionally get this. Rocket launcher is basically in the name. It basically blows your car up. This is actually really good because usually when you destroy cars in the crusher, you're gonna have a lot of leftover parts, and there's like no way to get rid of those other than blowing them up. So this would be a nice one to have as it gives you more money. Energy core access. This lets you access the room in the energy core thing. Yeah, whatever it's called. But it's a good one to have because it means you don't have to be a homeless person and beg other people to do the core for you. And it's really good because I think it boosts. I don't know if it's VIP or this, but it boosts the rewards you get from escaping with the boat and stuff. So yeah, just get this for extra money, I guess, or something. I don't know. Premium crushers. There are 5 crushers on the left side of row 4. 4 of them are really good. They're definitely really good crushers for just about anything, really. Well, except for 1 or 2 of them, but yeah. And the 5th one, it could pretty much just be a free crusher. I don't know. It's not that good, but you get the point. This is a really good one to have, to be honest. Crowbar. This kind of just takes parts off your vehicle. Don't get it for progression. It's just absolutely horrible. Neon material. Your car shines really bright. And you also get a 1.25x value booster. I mean, it's not that good, okay? Your car is just going to be annoying to look at. And the 1.5x value booster, 1.25x. If you have the money for this, why not just buy silver, okay? It gives more value, and yeah. Extra colors, they just make your car look nice. Don't get these. VIP. This is a really good one. It gets you 5 extra crushers on row 4. I think 2 of them, 2 or 3 of them are really good, and the other ones are just mid. But you want to get this because it unlocks a bunch of vehicles. The ones highlighted in purple. It unlocks those. And they actually reward more cash than the free-to-play vehicles. So you can play with those for more cash, yeah. Gold material, basically gold that you put on your car, and you get a 2x value booster. If you don't have the money for platinum, or you just don't want to spend that much Robux, just buy this, okay? Admin panel basically controls your private server and everything. I've tried it. It is not worth 390 Robux. And plus, public servers are better anyway, so why would you buy this? Yeah, that's pretty much the game passes. Yeah, I forgot one more thing. It's basically just a priority list for the game passes. On top is obviously going to be VIP because it unlocks the most for progression. Second one in line is platinum material because obviously that's going to get you so much value. Energy core access is next, mainly because of the value you get out of it. Gold material because you might be broke or something, I don't know. The rocket launcher so that you can get extra money again. Silver material because yes, you might be really broke. Premium crushers are next. They really just crush your car quickly. Superhuman, that's next, so that you don't die or something and walk pretty fast. Exotic crushers, yeah, they're not that good. Rocket booster is next. Then flamethrowers pretty much last. And every other game pass that I mentioned, just don't get. They're not useful for progression. Okay. Okay, so now I'm like on a brand new account. I just want to teach like the basics of the game. So like, I don't know, I'm just gonna spawn this, I guess. Use WASD to like drive around, or you can use the arrow keys, doesn't really matter. You hold shift to do like these spinny things, these drifts, these initial D style things that new gens talk about. Let's just enter a crusher on a like the sideways spinner. So like you can press Z to like enter the thingy, the crusher. You teleport from there to here. You can press E to like interact with like the crusher controls. And obviously there's a quick activate button over there in case you don't want to do this. You can press V to like spectate your vehicle or like whatever's left of it. What else can you do? You can press R to respawn your vehicle. You can press F to like flip it in case it's upside down. If you're out of it, you can press V to like spectate it. Oh yeah, and to get out of it, you just press space. To get back in, you just press E. Pretty simple. If you want to honk at people, press H. I think that's all the controls sorted. Oh yeah, and you can also press like I and O to like zoom in and out. That's a Roblox thing, but like yeah. That's pretty much the controls. So like, what exactly do you want to do in these like first few minutes of playing the game? Well, if you're free to play, do not crush this van. It's just like, hold on, 1 second. Wait, never mind. Okay, yeah, if you look at the value over here, it's only 250, and look at this second one, it's also free, but its value is 300. And it even has more parts. It may be slower, but trust me, like you're gonna want to crush this, okay? Just gives you more money. Well, yeah, pretty much the whole premise of this game is just crush cars and get newer cars to crush, and then like you do this for the whole game, pretty much. But anyways, let's see what we're gonna do. So you're gonna either choose this, or you're gonna choose this Pontiac Firebird if you bought VIP. But for the sake of this video, we're just gonna be free to play. We're gonna use the Reliant Robin. Don't use the Chevrolet Astro, it's garbage. Anyways, we're just gonna go into the sideways spinner, which is this crusher over here on the left. The second one on the left. Just press E here and turn it as fast as possible. And yeah, you're gonna do this for a while, okay? This is pretty much what you're gonna do. Like, pretty much the whole game, to be honest. And as you can see, I unlocked a new car. We're actually gonna use that now that we've unlocked it. And we basically just do this, get better and better cars, I guess. And this is the easiest way to get money, if I'm being honest. So let's just crush it again, like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so what's interesting is that this is now a bonus crusher. What's good about bonus crushers is that they give more money and more scraps, but like we don't really care about scraps at this point of the game, so like we're just here for their money. Like no matter how bad the crusher is, if it has a bonus mark, go to it, okay? Like look, now the freezer is marked golden. This is a very bad crusher, but okay, so now that we unlocked Derby, let me just go through like how it works. So like in Demolition Derby, let me just see real quick. I'm trying to think. Because the last time I played Derby was like ages ago. Now, what you're gonna want to do, these are the Derby arenas. Like, you can just join this. Like, see if it's good for you. If you don't enjoy Derby, then you can just stick to the mindset. Pretty much. Like, you really don't have to play Derby all day. But if that's up to you, yeah, it's up to you, bro. Like, but for those who want to like get through Derby, there's some like general tips for like getting knockouts. You want to attack the front ends of people's cars because that's where the engine is located, and destroying it disables their car, and that gives you 50 score and obviously a load of cash. Because for every score you get a certain amount of cash. It's that simple. And you can also attack the left side of their cars, because that's where the driver's seat is, and destroying that counts as a knockout apparently. And like one other way you can immobilize people is by like destroying their wheels, so you can also go for those. Okay, there's also power-ups, so I'll put them on the screen right now. So here's the shield. It has this blue background, and you can activate it to make your car impervious to other attacks. And if you're like a Gen Alpha, that basically means you can't be hurt. And it's best to activate it when you're actually like attacking someone or being attacked by someone. And there's no point just activating it on the spot. Like, it has a timer, okay? It has a 15-second timer, and you're not gonna waste that 15-second timer, okay? Okay, next power-up is a boulder. It has a red-orange background. It has like an aim trail that shows you like the trajectory of what you're gonna throw. And when you activate the power-up, you're gonna launch a massive rock. Yes, a massive rock right in front of you that breaks apart when it impacts something. And yes, when it impacts anything, not just cars. So you want to aim it at cars, not at the walls. Because if you aim at the walls, you've used it for nothing. So like, and if you're fighting like quite a massive vehicle, you want to aim it like in these three spots again: the engine, seats, the wheels. That's where you want to throw rocks at. Shredder, this is the one with the yellow background. It adds like a spinny thing to the front of your car. When you activate it, it like makes it spin, and it shreds like anything. And obviously, like I said, with the knockouts, you want to like destroy wheels and engines pretty much, and the seats sometimes. The energy blast, this is one with a purple background. Activate it and send a massive shockwave to every car within a 3 car length radius. So like 1 car length is about like, I don't know, like this much. Just imagine that like 3 times or something. And this is good when you have like lots of cars piled up in the same spots, because that obviously grants you a lot of score. It blows them all away. You can get some knockouts with it, which is pretty cool. And finally, the last power up, the rocket booster. This also has a purple background, and I already talked about like how it works. the game passes and that. But in Derby, you want to use it for like very long distance knockouts. So this is good for maps like bridge or something. And aircraft carrier is also another good one in airports. And also, here's a tip when you use the rocket booster. You want to release the accelerator when you're going at top speed, because if you hold down the accelerator while you're at top speed, like it's gonna lower your car's, like, you're gonna start decelerating really quickly, apparently, because it needs to like match with your top speed. So when you let go of the accelerator, it's not going to try and match that speed. You're just going to decelerate as if you were like not even applying acceleration. Yeah, that's pretty much how the power-ups work. Now on to like how the vehicles work. You need to use vehicles with like high attack score, such as like, let me just find it. The Dodge Dart Swinger. This has a lot of attack score because of like its high acceleration and top speed. And if your attack score is low, you can use these scraps. Like, see at the bottom left, you have a certain amount of scraps from destroying vehicles. Like, you can use those to like upgrade your car and increase that attack score. And you also want to use cars with defense score. The way you can upgrade this, pretty much the only way, is by attaching spoilers and plows. So yeah, just choose a car with high defense score. And you also need to be wary of like what car you select, because like some vehicles, for example this bus, this is either a tier 2 or 3 car. It's tier 2. But why you don't want to spawn this is because you can only spawn it once. And so after you spawn it once, if it gets destroyed, you have to wait like 2 minutes to respawn this. And for tier 3 vehicles, it's even more, it's 4 minutes. Yeah. So that's why you need to be careful with which tier car you select. But if you only like choose tier 1 cars, you shouldn't have an issue with this. And now for the game modes, another thing I will put on the screen. Now you're not just gonna compete in free-for-all like rounds pretty much, because 2 of the 3 rounds are actually of a special game mode. So let's start with bomb tag. So this is an elimination based game mode. One player is carrying a bomb and the objective is to like avoid that bomb at all costs. When that bomb is given to you, you can either choose to pass it on to another player or die with it. And if you die with it, you're gone from the game. So try and give that bomb to someone else, because you want to be the last one standing. So like you want to try and use cars that can accelerate quickly, so that you have more time to avoid the bomb and more speed to pass it on. Team Deathmatch, it's another elimination based game mode, but this time it's actually 2 teams. There's the blue team and the red team. One of the teams has like higher tier vehicles, I think it's the red one. And the blue team would be favoring tier 1 cars, so like weak vehicles. And once the player is knocked out, because it's a deathmatch, you're not playing again, okay? You're gonna have to be a spectator and watch other people do stupid things. For this one, you want to use your tiered vehicles, especially tier 3. These are the best because these have high attack and defense scores. So like something like this, for example. Let me find something that's like not VIP away. So like something like this school bus. You want to use this when playing team deathmatch, or something like this. Basically any big vehicle, you want to use those in team deathmatch. Now there's another team one, it's called Team Domination. This is a conversion based game mode. It's similar to deathmatch, but once someone is knocked out, they play for the eliminating team. If they are eliminated by nature or out of combat, They play for a neutral team. So like, say you ram into a wall at like 200 miles per hour and you were in combat, you're just going to be kicked off the team and you're going to play neutral. And so like, when someone else knocks you out, you're going to join their team. And whichever team who has the most players wins. This one is basically like free, pretty much. Like, everyone, pretty much almost everyone wins this. The only way you can lose it is if you're like on the neutral team or like the last person standing. So yeah. For this game mode, you actually don't want to use the big vehicles because they're like a waste of a spawn. And once you're knocked out, you're only going to use like tier 1s anyway. So like, you pretty much spawned that big vehicle for nothing. Juggernaut is a survival game mode. 1 or 2 people are selected as Juggernauts who have to play with a heavily reinforced tier 3 or regular tier 4 vehicle. Tanks fire explosive tank shells, which is a power up I forgot to cover, but like you rarely use those in early game. And other vehicles, they have a shredder that is basically attached there forever on their front. And the goal is to defeat them using only tier 1 vehicles, so like things like, I don't know, this Dodge Viper ACR or this Tesla Model S. This is what you will need to use for Juggernauts. You can't use something big like this boss or this truck because, well, it wouldn't be fair, would it? It's like, yeah. As a Juggernaut, you want to pick something that's like heavy duty, so like a tank, for example. Like tanks are really good, but you need to like know how to control them. So like you want to choose a good tank, this Exonific Mark 1 or Exonific, whatever it's called. This one is really reinforced. The wheels are actually inside this. And so this is one of the tanks that's really hard to take out because the engine is like right in the middle. You need to get through all these layers, just to get there. Otherwise you'll have to destroy the wheels and that just takes forever. So like, yeah, you want to use a tank. Otherwise, if you're bad at using tanks, you can always just choose like some other vehicle. Let's go for early game, let me see. I mean, this one's pretty good for early game. I don't know about this one. It has an exposed front end, and I've seen many Juggernauts using this get knocked out. Because these wheels are so open. Same with this one. It's a difficult choice, honestly. Like, you want to choose something that's strong, but also something that's not too weak. And if you're bad at using tanks, then that just sucks, okay? So, my condolences to you. If you're an attacker, just attack the wheels. Because, like, the engine is just way too protected, same with the seats. But there are exceptions. If they're using the super drill, which is this thing, not that, this. If they're using this, you want to attack them from behind, because look where the engine is. It's literally right here. So if any Juggernaut uses this thing, attack them from the back. If they're using the mouse, which is, where is it? This tank. If they're using this tank, the driver's seat is right here, so just attack their front end a bunch of times and you should knock them out. If there's a tier 4 Juggernaut, so like this thing, or this thing, or this thing, or this thing, like you're going to be given power-ups, because they're pretty much impossible to destroy with just tier 1 cars. So use your power-ups wisely. destroys seats, wheels, engines, that kind of stuff. Next one is tank battle. This is free for all if it was elimination based. And every player is given a tank, no matter what. So you're forced to use this thing, or this thing, or one of these. Like anything that's a tank, we're just forced to use. Let me just show you all the tanks again. Well, there are exceptions. You can't use this one, it's just way too weak. This one has wheels, so it would be cheated. And this is a tier 4. If people were able to use this, tank battle would not be fair. Like, okay. So yeah, there's some tips for like tank battle. You want to shoot like the wheels. So let me get Tiger 1 for example. You want to shoot these wheels because these are just the weakest thing on any tank. The only tanks where the wheels are generally strong is the exonerific, because as I said, they're reinforced with these structures and these treads and everything. If you're attacking a mouse, so this thing, just attack the front end, okay? Just like barge into the front end. Absolutely destroy that front end, because obviously seats here again. And you can win with any tank, like I said. Any of these will win you the game. You just need to know how to use them. If you're a noob, use this one, because this one's the best tank, and this is not biased. And finally, the last game mode is freeze tag. This is a survival one. There's up to like 5 taggers, and they're meant to freeze every driver, and the drivers must avoid them, because if all drivers are frozen, the taggers win. Basically a similar strategy to bomb tag. You want to have high acceleration vehicles, and you could also like attack the taggers, because you can get like derby score for them, and you can even knock them out, which is great. It means like there's more for you to stay alive, unfrozen, that kind of thing. And also you just get extra money, so that's fine. And that's pretty much all there is to Derby. So yep. Okay, so Derby was quite a long section, wasn't it? But like, let's say you just want to play the game. So if you just want to play the game, I'm just going to cover like every crusher. So like the landslide, you basically just fall down like this massive pit of like rocks and stuff. It is a bad crusher in my opinion. Pillar crusher, pretty much everyone just uses the incinerator on this. Because these pillars, they're really not that good, okay? This is like the second best crusher on row 1. Speed crash test, you go down this big ramp, then you head straight to a wall for a while before inevitably hitting it. You can choose how long the crusher is, so medium or long. Choose medium if you have cars with low top speed, and long with like high top speed. This is a terrible crusher, in my opinion. Slicer, just use the incinerator again. And the lasers, just has some spinning lasers, I guess. It's not that good, to be honest. Let me cover the left side now. Stairfall, you fall down like a flight of stairs. Basically the landslide, but worse, because it's narrower and it ends like way earlier. Sideways spinner, this is the best crusher on row 1. It destroys any vehicle you put at it. But as long as it's a small vehicle, you'll be good with this crusher for the early game. Freezer, this one doesn't even destroy your car completely. So like, why would you even use this? The sawmill, you can like drive to the very left or the very right side and that will fully destroy your car most of the time. And finally the spike pits. This just doesn't always destroy your car. Like, you fall on some spikes and yeah. So that's all the row 1 crushers. For the row 2 crushers, the garbage disposal, I mean, it destroys your entire car, but just like the freezer, some parts are just left out. The magnets, this is not a very good crusher, because you can like, there's 2 magnets. If you know how to like alternate them, you can build up momentum and that will destroy basically any car really quickly. Why is it? Okay, wait. 1 second, we're having technical difficulties. Tilted speed crash test. You basically ram into a wall at like 400 miles per hour. Doesn't always destroy your car, but in early game, it pretty much does. Side trimmer, I don't know, man. Like, I guess, bro. I guess this is a decent crusher. But it's just not good, okay? Pillar fall, literally the spike pits, if it was a million times worse. Don't use this crusher. Let's go to the left side now. Triple spinners, this is a pretty decent crusher, but if you have like a tall vehicle, this isn't really the crusher for it. The drill is pretty decent, but doesn't always destroy your car completely, and it's bad for big vehicles. The boulder drop, basically a bunch of rocks fall on your car. I don't like this one personally, it's just way too useless for me. Water slide is the speed crash test if it was fun. Like, you fall down this massive slide, and then you reach like a scoreboard with like 4 holes in it. The first one is massive, pause. About that one. It has a big fan inside of it, I think. Like that big fan. About that big fan. It gets you 50 score or something, I don't know. I don't really like this crusher because it only has shredders in like 3 locations and it's pretty hard to get there, so. And it's really easy to just fall out of the 50. So yeah. Finally, the acid chamber. This one does destroy most vehicles entirely, but you gotta wait like a hot minute for it to fully dissolve your vehicle. There's the row 2 crushers covered. Now for the row 3 left side, right side crushers, I mean. Big spinner is probably like the worst one of them all. It's just this massive spinner. Like, sometimes it fully destroys your car, but sometimes it can just eject it out of the crusher. So I don't like this one. Spinning hammer. This is one of the best crushers in the game. Simply because you have these big hammers that spin around. They can pretty much destroy any shape or size vehicle. Like, throw even like the biggest tank in the game in there, and it's gonna shred it. The only issue is, like, you might get your car ejected out of here into the tube shredder or something, but this 90% of the time destroys your entire vehicle. Crusher is just a massive hydraulic press. This destroys any car really, as long as it's not like too long or something. And the wall crusher is basically the same but sideways, but it's a little bit shorter, so it doesn't always get the job done. And that's the row 3 right side. Okay, so now for the crushers on the top floor of row 1. Moving sawmill, these saws like move around, but this is a really bad crusher. 99% of the time, your car's not getting destroyed by this. Like even small vehicles, they're not getting destroyed by that, so little F tier. Wrecking ball, I mean it can destroy a lot of vehicles, but like if you have a big vehicle or something. Actually no, this is a pretty decent crusher. Like it destroys just about anything. Like yeah, it's a pretty decent crusher. Also I just got my car stuck inside here, what the hell. The hammer, bad crusher. I'm just gonna say it, bad crusher. It only destroys tier 1 vehicles. Like whatever that guy has. Use any big vehicle and it's not gonna work. And the washing machine is a hit or miss. Like if you run it at high speed, like 50% of the time it just doesn't want to destroy your car. Like your car just spins around in there. So I recommend that if you use this one, just run it at medium speed so that it actually destroys your car. Now going over to the right side, or left side, whatever the hell it is. The moving spinners, basically the moving sawmill but better. It's still pretty trash. Not gonna say much about it. Oh yes, the base blaster. One of, if not the best crusher in the game. You can put any car in here and it's destroyed in 15 seconds. And also the music played by this is heavenly, bro. It's an absolute banger. Like, listen to the OST once you're like, yeah, done with it. Wow. Death slope, pretty much like destroys anything, but just be wary that when you use a big car, it's not really gonna do much, okay? The volcano pits, same story as the death slope really. Like, you fall into this massive volcano and it can pretty much destroy your entire car, but just like the death slope, it can get stuck, okay? And that's all the row 1 top floor crushers. Okay, just briefly looking at the row 2 right side top floor crushers. These recently got added. Let's check out the launch pad. I mean, you can increase the tension a lot and launch it, and it pretty much just obliterates your car, but I don't know, like I've tested it with a lot of vehicles, and sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 launches to like destroy your vehicle, but it does destroy it again, so that's good. But you want to like keep the hatch closed, because if you launch it out of there, I don't know, something about launching out of there, it just doesn't destroy it completely. I don't know why. Then your car ends up stuck on the facility roof. The hurricane, I think this just destroys about anything. I don't really know though. I've only tested it with tier 1 vehicles and tier 2 vehicles. Never actually put a tier 3 in there. But I reckon it probably could destroy a tier 3. And finally, the wall scraper is good for any car that is a massive. Actually, maybe it could destroy some tier 3s. Because it uses like the wall to destroy your car. Instead of these like spinny things, these battering rams or something, I don't know what they're called. But like, this can destroy every tier 1 vehicle, some tier 2s and some tier 3s I guess. And that's this side of row 2 done. And let's do a quick reroute to row 3 again. These are the big boy crushers again. So this is the laser incinerator. It's only good for big vehicles. Like, don't put small vehicles in here. It's not going to destroy them at all. It's always going to leave like, I don't know, a couple parts. Even if you place it in the very center. Tube Shredder, I mean, it's alright. Like, it destroys every tier 1. Most tier 2s, and some tier 3s. The only issue is this massive, like, blade in the middle, or pivot rather, where it, like, rotates. And that's the only issue I have with it, really. That little pivot, because cars get stuck on that a lot. Especially big vehicles. Spinning room destroys anything, but tested it with a few tier 3s, and most of them took like a hot minute to destroy. Because this is just a washing machine if it had shredders in it. And you don't know how that works. Missile cannon, negligible. Destroys every tier 1 quickly, every tier 2 quickly, I think. But if you put a tier 3 in here, it's gonna take forever, okay? You're gonna see the second coming of Christ by the time it destroys a tier 4. And yeah, that's everything on row 3. And like basically all the part crushers. There are some other crushers that I want to cover, but I'll cover them later. So like, what else can you do other than like crushing cars? Well, if you want to earn money, you can also just like drive around the map. Like, see, I just got a new vehicle for just driving. Okay, like this got added pretty recently. I don't know when it got added, but this basically makes Car Crushers 2 Car Dealership Tycoon. So like, yeah, you can just drive around the map and earn money if that's what you want to do. Like, who doesn't love a Sunday drive, bro? Who doesn't, bro? Like, genuinely. And like, the only issue is there's a cooldown, okay? Like, for every mile that you drive, there's a cooldown of how much money you get. I think it's like 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. So like, it's not entirely like CDT, where you can just drive forever and keep earning money. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's fine. Every game sucks in its own way. Cause like, Car Crushers 2 wasn't designed as a game for like, okay, now I'm just yapping, so let me just move on. Another way you can get money is by participating in these race competitions. Like, just participating, that gets you money. Like, look, that just doubles my money instantly. Like, why wouldn't I join this race competition? Wait, so if it always doubles your money, let me just calculate this real quick. Yeah, so I did some rough math, and if you keep doubling your money this way, you're gonna become a millionaire. So if you can spare like, so every race competition comes around every 20 minutes. So if you can spare like 4 hours of your life to this game, just doubling money this way, you're gonna become a millionaire pretty fast, to be honest. And some tips for like racing. Actually, I'll just get to those later, to be honest. You can also get credits. Credits are pretty nice to have. They can be used to like upgrade any vehicle. Yeah, pretty much. That's just all there is to racing. Okay, so here's just some tips for racing. Like, you're gonna want to choose the highest race class car that you have. Like, every race will have a limited race class. And so, when you have the limited race class, how do I explain this? So, there are like 8 race classes, okay? There's F tier, E, D, C, B, A, S, and X. And you're gonna be limited one of these. And you're gonna want the upper bound of like that race class. So say it's restricted to D class, you're gonna want to find a D59 somewhere. The thing is, when you have multiple of the same car, like on the upper bound, you have like two options. You can like experiment with that car to see like if it's better, or you could just observe vehicle stats. So like, say both of these were E49. So like, if you're observing stats, you would see that this has a higher top speed, and a higher acceleration, but this one handles better and brakes worse. But I just look at the difference. Like, this one has a way bigger difference, so obviously I would choose this, stats wise. But if I experiment and find out that this is better, I'll just use this. It's as simple as that. That's pretty much how you handle like choosing the car. So let's just choose our best car. Let me just show you how racing works. I'll do one lap on this, the Ridgerock Valley circuits. See how you see these yellow chevrons on the track? This is basically your racing line. You're just gonna want to follow this, because this is the line where you build the most speed and ultimately the fastest time. But you can also see when it flashes red, that means you're going too fast. That means you need to brake. And also in a race, you need to follow like all the checkpoints. If you miss a checkpoint, you'll have to go back to that start position or something. Man said start position. This isn't Geometry Dash. Okay, but you get the point. If you miss a checkpoint, you're gonna have to go back to like where you missed it, basically. No, wait, I just finished the race. Okay, bro. But like, yeah, this is basically how races work. They're really like not that complicated. You just need to know how to drive, really. If you know how to drive, then racing's gonna be easy for you. And yeah, that's pretty much like everything about racing that you need to know. Do competitions for money, and pretty much, yeah. Okay, so we're the final part of the video. Not the video, the early game. Final part of the early game, I'm going to discuss like missions, assignments, achievements, stuff like that. So missions, they award mission points. And what you can do with mission points is you can buy one of these cars. You could also buy boosters, which I don't recommend, and Platina, which I'll get to later. This is subscription. If you buy this, you won't have to grind mission points because you'll just already unlock these. You can get like 175 mission points every week. And that's if you don't have premium. If you have premium, you can get like, let me just calculate this real quick. 75. You get 100, and then you can get 40 for the weekdays, 180. 180 plus 40 to 250. Yeah, so you can basically get like 340 mission points every 10 days, and that's if you have premium. I mean, if you want to grind this out, then sure, but like, come on now, bro. You're never gonna use these probably, so it's best to keep the missions aside. Now let's talk about the assignments. Let's see which ones you want to do. The intro assignment, you just unlock this immediately. If you want, you can go to the derby and do whatever and get this parts booster. You can use it if you want, but if you use it to absolute maximum potential. I just spam your car in the sideways spinner, like, to get the most parts. And use like cars with a lot of parts. It's like the Reliant Robin, basically. Power Up Master. Actually, wait. Let me see the ones that are unlocked immediately. Okay, so Frenzy Galore is one that's unlocked immediately. At 7,000 XP, you unlock the Bugatti Tourbillon, which costs 20 billion cash, but it's worth like 700 platina or something. And I'm just gonna save you the calculations. You're gonna need an absolute minimum of 70,000 parts just to complete this, to be honest. Once you have those 70,000 parts, you can like finish this all off pretty much. And you should have like a lot of money, to be honest. So yeah, if you really have like a bunch of friends that can help you with frenzies, then you can do this for sure. The next one is Total Destruction. This rewards the Bugatti Mistral, around the same value as the Tourbillon. And again, saving some calculations here. This is the most expensive like vehicle that you're gonna destroy. This Machinator thing. I think it's like Komatsu or something. But like, you destroy this Komatsu 3 times, and then you destroy this EXR. And then you should get this Bugatti Mistral. I don't know, man. It's worth like 700 platina. So I wouldn't really go for this. But like, you can do it if you want the Bugatti. Like, I won't judge you for that. Juggernaut Champion. This just rewards a title, so I'm not going to cover it. Power Up Master. You get this ramp car. The best way to do this is with tanks. Because obviously tanks have power-ups, tank shell power-ups, and you can aim those power-ups anywhere. And you basically just need to use those power-ups 25 times as a tank, and you should be able to get this ramp car. My only issue is that you'll probably have too much money, so this isn't really the best one to go for. What else is there? Oh yes, Master of Game Modes. This also requires 3,000 cash to start. I mean, you look at it for a bit and you just go, what the hell? Like 100 derby knockouts during free-for-all. 2,000 bomb tag score. You can do this, but like, I don't know. Do you really want to put yourself through 100 derby knockouts, 2,000 bomb tag score, rescuing a bunch of players as a driver or something? I mean, it gets you a car that's worth 7 billion, but I don't think it's worth it, okay? But you can go for it, I don't mind. Velocity Tuner. This one rewards the Ferrari Enzo. But let me just show you immediately why you shouldn't do this one. Just look at this. Look, do I really have to explain this? Do I really have to explain this, bro? Search up SSC. And look at this. These two are the only cars that can achieve Velocity Tuner. Look at their prices. You need 8,000 platina if you're free to play. Like, come on now. No one's doing Velocity Tuner. Okay? Hear me out, bro. Okay. Next one, Race Tourer. This one requires 100,000 cash. And if you have like a bunch of friends that want to help you out with multiplayer races, this works, I guess. So, yeah, and it rewards the Porsche 911 GT3 RS worth $1 billion. from those races, you shouldn't really exceed the threshold of cash to get this. So like, yeah, just have a bunch of like friends. Well, not really. You can just use 2 alt accounts, but like, that's pretty much how you get this one. It's definitely worth getting. It's an extra car, and who doesn't want an extra car? Drift Legend. This one requires 1 million cash, and it rewards a Porsche 917K. And these first ones are pretty much freebie. This S-Class one, I don't know, you do it like a bit later. And this X-Class one, you do it like far later. Like when you unlock the SSC to Atara. You used to be able to do this one with the Vanta race car, like the Formula 1 car, but that got archived, so this one's less worth to do now, because this, let me just show you where it is. If I search 917 and then look at its position in the dealership, what the hell? It's like 750. I mean, there are a lot of X-Class cars, but this is the cheapest one you can do it with. Well, this one really. Well, yeah. Like, this one is the first one that appears to be X-Class. I'm just looking at the X-Class vehicles real quick. Yeah, a bunch of them are just mission cars, really. If you're VIP, you can use this. If you're free to play, you can use this. But like, look how long you need to drift for this one. Like 150 meters? Sounds like quite a lot. But yeah, you can just use drift tires. No one's stopping you from that. This works like really well if you use front wheel drive cars. I think the Aston Martin Vulcan is front wheel drive, even though it's like rear wheel drive in real life. So you could use that, I guess. Overall, Drift Legend, sort of worth it. Speedline Trials, this one. Rewards a Volkswagen IDR. What's the most expensive car you need to use? Okay, now we're just messing around, okay? All of these require Platina. Like, you need to use this. And look at this. Do you see the difference? If that one's higher up, what's the point? Like, genuinely. So yeah, don't do speedrun trials. It's a waste. Stunt Jump Master. This one rewards the Porsche 911 RWB. Let me see. These stunt jumps are like really hard to get distance for. So it's only worth it if you can like control that. You probably need like really expensive cars for this, so it's probably not worth it. And finally, Trap Breaker. This rewards the Ferrari F80, and same reason as the thing. Same reason as Velocity Tuner. There's only 2 cars that can do this. Okay? So like, we're not doing Trap Breaker. That's pretty much all the assignments, but I'm gonna cover XP Crushers, because I did say I'm gonna cover this. Let's see what it's worth it for. So let's see the first reward. Pulse Cannon is a bad crusher. That's what I'm gonna say. The Melting Chamber, it can fully destroy cars, but it takes a hot minute. Pun intended. The Ceiling Blender is really good actually, but I don't know, some tier 3s are just a bit too big for it. The pressure pit, absolute banger crusher. It's destroying anything that goes inside of it, to be honest. So it's worth grinding for this one. The Mega Mill, it's not a really good crusher, but I've seen tier 3s glitch out of it sometimes. That's why it's not the best. Chomper, only good for tier 1s and tier 2s. Don't put tier 3s in it. Microwave, it takes forever to destroy your car, and some cars are just broken. The lightning strike just doesn't hit it. Minefield is a terrible crusher. I'll just say that. It can one-shot tier 1 cars and like throw some cars around, but it's not destroying them, bro, okay? Tsunami, this destroys anything, but the fact that it's 20,000 XP, I mean, you could grind for it. Like, I'm not against grinding for it. You can grind for this, genuinely. And that's like all the assignments, basically. Now let's look at achievements. I've already done like a lot of these. But let's just see the ones with cars in it. So let's just search. Okay, 50 daily missions for this. Not worth it. It's a free car, bro. 125 daily missions for Bugatti. I don't know, man. Like, are you really gonna dedicate your entire life just to get a Bugatti that you're gonna be well past, okay? 10 races, yeah, just get like 5 friends or something, like a bajillion alt accounts. You get a cool Magnum Mark V. Yeah. Win 60 races. Again, if you have friends that want to do this, it's worth getting this car because it's worth like 1,000 platina basically. What else has cars? 200 derby wins for a flippin' mini, bro. Like, no, don't do this, bro. 100 knockouts and you get a Hudson Hornet. You'll be past it by the time you're done with it. 1,000 knockouts. Like, bro, this is just a joke at this point. I mean, it's only 900 million, but like, 1,000 knockouts. If you play derby all day, you're gonna have like billions of cash, okay? 1,000 all-time derby score, 100,000. Okay, this is just a joke at this point. Okay, 10,000 lifetime platina. I mean, you would have spent it on a bunch of cars before this Ferrari 330 P4, but I don't know. It's probably worth it. 30,000 platina, no, don't do this. Just don't do this to yourself. 1,000 tuning score. Tuning score is actually really easy to get. Definitely worth this Hoonigan, or Hoonigan, however you say it. 5,000 tuning score for this Ferrari Gran Turismo thing. Why does it say 100S? I don't get that. Maybe... I mean, this is where tuning score gets a bit harder to get. You're gonna have like a lot of cash by the time you get this, so yeah, not really worth it. 1,000 value upgrades for this Koenigsegg CC850. I wouldn't say it's worth it, okay? 5,000 for a Lotus 49. That's a joke, okay? There's another one with value upgrades. 15,000. If you're doing this one, can you just begin to question your life, please? Because, come on now. For 300 SL. Like, you're an absolute joke, bro. Destroy 10,000 vehicles? No, bro. You already know it's gonna be a pain to, like, destroy 400... I don't even know, bro. Like 200,000 seconds of playtime needed for this, by the way. Are you really gonna spend 200,000 seconds in Car Crushers? Probably not. And a million parts. Okay, whatever. That's all you need to know about like achievements and stuff like that. Gosh, it's like 4 a.m. and I have to talk about this for a video. But anyways, that was all the missions related stuff, so let's move on. Okay, so now it's time for the mid-game. Yes, the mid-game. Let me just give you a little backstory to this. Back in the earlier days of Car Crushers 2, we didn't have this thing called Platina, okay? We had tokens. Now, tokens were essentially a rebirth system where if you bought a token, the next one would be more expensive and your cars would be worth 1.5 times more and it's stacked. So you could get 3 times value back in the day for free. But now it just doesn't work like that. You could get up to 3 tokens if you're really OG, and 4 tokens later on. And yeah, that's pretty much how tokens worked back in the day. You couldn't drive vehicles that were token locked. You literally had to rebirth to get those cars. And obviously people didn't like that, so then Panels added Mastery. Now Mastery was like a set of challenges that came with the mission system. And those challenges, that when they were done, they would award you with access to the newer cars. So like, say you upgraded like a bunch of, I don't know, supercars to the max, and you also won a bunch of races, then you would unlock the rest of the progression from them. Mastery came in like 3 sections, I think. Mastery 1 began at like 20 billion. I remember when Mastery 2 came around, or like thingy. I think it was like 100 billion? No, way more than 100 billion. Surely. But like, yeah, people didn't like how Mastery was like free or something, I don't know. So after that, Panels decided to add Platina. At first, everyone hated this. Literally everyone hated this, bro. I'm not even like exaggerating. People hated how these missions worked. Cause like, I don't know, people just hated it at the start of it. Let me just show you how this works. So you destroy supercharged and hypercharged vehicles. Actually, let me just... Yeah. So you just got 20 billion cash, right? Now, I bet you're thinking, what the hell is Platina? Like, is it rip-off silver? It's not really rip-off silver, okay? You just reached what we call the mid-game. Because you could only progress with cash for so long before reaching this massive progression roadblock, as they say. Well, I'm just telling you, it's not a roadblock at all. So before you start pulling up to Panros's $1 million mansion in Sweden, armed with a rocket launcher and kilotons of TNT, just understand how this works, okay? In the simplest terms, it's a new currency you earn after getting 20 billion cash. And you can use this Platina to buy new cars that cost it. So like, for example, this Koenigsegg Regera. And as you buy them, you earn something called Prestige. Now, when you get Prestige, you get 5 extra maximum Platina. Right now I have like 12,000 because I already reached like maximum Prestige. But yeah, you have 200 Prestige points, so you could get up to like 1,000 platina. I think you start with like 200, and then you reach 1,200, and then you get like 12,000 maximum platina because you reach max prestige. Yeah, that's pretty much how prestige works. So like when you unlock the max cap, you could do one of two things. You can keep buying cars with platina, or you could just like stockpile it for the most expensive car. Like for example, this thing at the very end. I don't know. Yeah, this IM640 land clearer thing or something. I don't know. Yeah, you can stockpile platina for that. So like you may be asking, what's the strat? Okay, so the strat is just forget grinding money. You'll be given like supercharged and hypercharged vehicles, which I'll explain in a bit. But the main strat is to buy as many of these platina vehicles as you can to like increase your prestige. Well, once you buy this one, you can see how it jumps to like 300. That's because you have max prestige. So you can basically just buy anything from here, because you'll have limitless platina. So as I was saying, click this filter icon, this funnel icon, and you'll see your supercharged and hypercharged vehicles. Your supercharged vehicle will be completely random. And the next, like, if you go to the part count and like multiply by 3 or something, the next 3 destructions or something are going to be infused with platina. So let me show you like how that works. I'm just go to like the wrecking ball, for example, and destroy this thing. See, you get platina for destroying it. I think you can get like 12 at a time. And these ones with the green arrow, these are your hypercharged vehicles. And these vehicles have like hundreds of times your part count. And so this is basically just supercharged, but like 2 times more effective, if you know what I mean. And you hypercharged vehicles, you get them by just buying them, obviously. Like there's no other way to get a hypercharged vehicle. This is the only way, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. Just crush all of these platina infused vehicles and just buy the next ones. And with supercharged cars, as soon as you're done with this, it's gonna go to another random vehicle. So let me just show you. I'm just gonna skip past. Okay, so destroy this again. See, now another car is supercharged. So let's just check that one out. And just wait for this respawn timer to run out. Yeah, so as you can see, the part count tripled again. And simply when I destroy this, I'm gonna get platina for destroying it. So what you're gonna wanna do is destroy every car 3 times, then destroy the next car 3 times, and so on and so forth. But prioritize your hypercharged vehicles, because these reward the most platina. And that's pretty much what you're gonna do for the entire mid-game. You can also get like platina. You get like 55 platina or something for every sum of money that you get. Like right now it's 1 trillion, because like I have max prestige. But this might be lower and your reward might be lower. Yeah, so you just grind this at the same time that you grind the hypercharged vehicles. This is the easiest way. Derby, if you're good at it, you can grind it, but honestly I don't recommend it. Just getting cash and destroying hypercharged vehicles, and also doing competitions. That's gonna get you platina really fast, honestly. And yeah, that's the mid game, I guess. Now, there's some other ways to get platina. You could upgrade vehicles, so like, for example, let me just show you. Like, if I upgrade this one to the max, I get 340. Basically, just go back to your old cars, max them out, and you should get a bunch of platina for it. Well, there's another strat. As you're destroying your supercharged vehicles, you can upgrade them. And you can also upgrade your hypercharged vehicles, in hopes that when your charge runs out, you max it out. If you get what I mean. Yeah. This is pretty much what you're gonna do. But do not use credits to upgrade your cars, because you'll get a platina reward much lower. So like, look, it even says their estimates. Purchase using scraps to earn the full amount. So don't use credits, okay? You want to use scraps for the upgrades. Yeah? Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the mid-game summed up. The late game, I don't know, man. The late game starts around here. This is when your late game starts. When you reach max prestige and you unlock this car, you're gonna have an uncapped platina, and that basically means you can either keep buying as many cars as possible, stockpile platina, like I said, or max out every car in the game. It's up to you. If you decide to pursue the third option, just get ready for the longest grind sesh in Car Crushers history. And the endgame. The endgame is when you basically bought every single vehicle. From here, you could just choose to grind out the rest of your achievements, max out every car in the game, or even try to get on, like, you know, the parts leaderboard, which is pretty hard to get onto, actually. Like, it takes forever to grind 141 million parts, but you're never doing that. You basically don't have much to do other than wait for updates that you're gonna finish in a day. So I guess you can enjoy your rest or your endless masochistic grind for the #1 spot on the parts leaderboard after you're done maxing out every car, but who's actually gonna do that, bro? Okay? So I hope this guide, like, helped you. You should be a top player from now on. You should be overtaking Fire Bro 74 MC any day now. I'm joking. There's no way you're doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the guide. I don't know what else to say. So like, enjoy whatever outro I'm gonna put. Like, it could be Geometry Dash, I don't know. But yeah, see you in the next video, I guess. Bye.